Hi there. Before we begin, I just wanted to start the video with this because this is something I feel needs a bit of attention. If any of you don't know, in 2011, there was an earthquake called the Sendai earthquake, which actually did a lot of damage to a lot of people in Japan, and people are still trying to recover from it, and there are still plenty of people having drawbacks from it. And Pokemon decided to actually do a bunch of distributions like the one they're currently doing, where you could send them any amount of yen and receive a special Pokemon, and all that yen would actually go to help the victims of this earthquake. And this year they've actually started the same thing. So if you go to the Yahoo website for this, and you actually donate any amount of yen, you will actually receive a serial code to receive a special Pikachu that will have a sweetheart attached with the moves Bestow, Hold Hands, Return, and Play Nice. And this will go on till April 3rd. But the reason I wanted to draw more attention to this is to actually draw more attention to the charity part of it, to draw more attention to the actually helping people by playing your favorite game thing. So please, if you are available to do it, and if you actually are able to do it, I don't know because I haven't actually gone to the Yahoo website yet, but I will try and leave a link to it down in the description. But if you guys are available to donate, please donate as much as you can to this place, because these people could really use some help. And honestly, it's always good when you help out people. So I just wanted to draw some attention to this so that you guys could know, and so you guys could be able to donate and help out some people's lives. Hello, fellow Thunderbolts. My name is VideoJames, and today we're going to be looking at how to use Zekrom. Now, Zekrom is actually one of my favorite legends. In fact, it was my favorite legend for a while after Lugia, but then it kind of got demoted a little bit. But it is still one of my favorite legends. And if you don't know what Zekrom is basically the flagship Pokemon of Pokemon Black and White with its counterpart Reshiram. So when we look at Zekrom, we got the Dragon and Electric typing, meaning we are going to be getting that 4 weaknesses, that we are going to be getting the weaknesses to Ice, Ground, Fairy, and Dragon. So that's going to be a bit of a problem for us. We are going to have to pay a bit of attention to that. But we are also getting a lot, and I mean a lot of resistances. That we get a resistance to fire, water, grass, electric, flying. We get a resistance to steel, which is ironic because steel counters fairy and ice. But we just get amazing amounts of resist with Zekrom, and we do get a very low amount of weaknesses for what I'd expect. And then looking at Zekrom's ability, we have the move Terravolt, which means moves that are used on the target, or moves can be used on any target, regardless of its abilities. So, I'm not sure if that means on Zekrom, but I believe it means on whatever Zekrom's targeting. So, say we use something on, like, Mimikyu. It'll still hit because of Terravolt. And looking at the base stat total, we see it's actually 680. So, it's got quite a high base stat total. So, we got 100 in the HP, 120 in the defense and special attack, 100 in the defense, special defense, my bad, 90 in the speed, so okay speed, and then we got a whopping 150 in the attack. So right away, we can see this thing's going to have massive attack, even for a legendary. And then we can also see the speed, going to be a bit low for a legendary, that at least 5 or 6 of the lower level legends are actually going to be able to outspeed it. But overall, we see some amazing stats there. Zekrom just has a lot of potential. And then we hop on over into Showdown, we see the first set is actually a Choice Scarf Zekrom set. So we see, with this set, we basically got Choice Scarf, of course, because it's a Scarf Zekrom set. Then we have Outrage, Bolt Strike, Stone Edge, and Bolt Switch with the maxed out attack and speed and the Adamant Nature. Now, the idea behind this speak right, James. But the idea behind this Zekrom is basically we just have a massive physical attacking fast Pokemon. So we've got the maxed out attack reaching 438. We've got the 342 in the HP. We got decent defenses, we're kind of lacking in our special defense, which is kind of a problem with stuff like Tapu Koko and Reshiram. That Reshiram, you can see it's mainly going to be a special attacker, and then we look at Tapu Koko. We see decent enough special attack, plus with Life Orb being the common item for Tapu Koko, we are going to be taking a lot of damage. But overall, it's kinda just give or take, that if you're running up against a special defense attacker, then you are actually going to want to probably Volt Switch out with the Zekrom. So, with these moves, we basically got Outrage, kind of just our base Dragon move that's got 120 base in the power. It's got massive amounts of damage that it can inflict, and it can just go on for a good couple of turns. And with that stab, plus the 438 attack, we're going to be doing massive damage with that. And then we got Bolt Strike being Zekrom's signature move. Good electric attack, also getting the stab. And I believe, yes, Bolt Strike actually has a 20% chance to paralyze, which is actually better than Thunderbolt. However, it does have 130 base power, and it's sacrificed for 85% accuracy. Then we also have Stone Edge, which you could replace with Steel Wing. I kind of think Stone Edge is just kind of fine on this set, but you could replace it with Steel Wing. So Stone Edge basically got that 100 base power with the 80% accuracy, the higher critical hit. And then we got Volt Switch just to swap out in case you need something to swap out on. Now you could also run Fusion Bolt, that Fusion Bolt being Zekrom's second signature move, that it's actually got 100 base power and 100 base accuracy, so it's kind of like an Earthquake for electrics. So if you want to swap out Bolt Strike for Fusion Bolt, you can. I just kind of feel like with this set, Fusion Bolt could work out a bit better, because you're trying to do massive amounts of damage with massive amounts of speed. And the reason I don't like Fusion Bolt's ability is because it only works after Fusion Flare, meaning if you want to use Fusion Bolt, the only way its power is going to double is if you're running up against a Reshiram, and that Reshiram will have to be running Fusion Flare, and you have to run Fusion Bolt. Now we see the second set is actually a Dragonium Z set. So we got Hone Claws, Outrage, Bolt Strike, and Steel Wing with the Jolly Nature, and the maxed out speed, 56 in the attack this time, and 200 in the HP. So the idea behind this is we're basically running this as a setup to basically sweep. That it basically runs like a Dusk Lycanroc with Swords Dance. That we get the Hone Claws off, okay, our accuracy's up, we get higher attack, meaning Outrage and Bolt Strike going to have higher accuracy and attack, and we're actually going to be able to do a lot more damage, and we basically just wreck them with everything we got. And then we also have the Z Crystal, just in case we run up against something like a Ferrothorn. It's like, okay, I don't really have anything that can damage that too bad, so I'm just going to Dragonium Z and nuke this man. Then we see the moves. We got Hone Claws, raises our attack and accuracy. We got Outrage, again, massive dragon move, massive amounts of damage, and with the Dragonium Z, it's just going to get even more powered up. We got Bolt Strike with Hone Claws, that's accuracy is going to actually be getting boosted, so Bolt Strike is actually getting better and better with each Hone Claws. And then we have Steel Wing. That Steel Wing kinda runs the same thing as Bolt Strike, only with less power. We got the 70% in the power, but we got the 90% in the accuracy, and we do have a 10% chance to raise Zekrom's defense by 1. And that's why I kind of feel like running Steel Wing on this set could be useful as well. That if you're repeatedly hitting your opponent with Steel Wings and they just don't go down, then you keep getting that 10% chance to raise your defense up by 1, and you could just end up making yourself an unkillable tank. Now, the problem with this Zekrom is it doesn't really have any heals, but you could also replace Steel Wing with Roost, and then you could have a heal coverage, or you could replace Steel Wing with Tailwind. That Tailwind doubles your speed, meaning you could be getting faster than the opponent, and you could just be overall an extremely fast sweeper after the Hone Claws. That you could go Hone Claws, Tailwind, and just set up. However, if you are going to put on Tailwind, I would take out Hone Claws and replace it with something else, because Hone Claws and Tailwind on the same Zekrom, not really the best idea. You don't really want two setup moves in place of a setup and a heal. That's kind of not a good strategy, mainly because it just kind of sets you up to basically take more damage and not deal out as much damage. Now we see the final set is actually a Tank Zekrom set. So we got the leftovers with the Terravolt. We got Substitute, Tailwind, Roost, and Bolt Strike with the maxed out HP and attack with the Adamant Nature. Now the idea behind this is basically we're just a really strong tank. That with 404 in the HP and 438 in the attack, we can be at least a 2-hit KO, and by the time we get off Substitute, our opponent will have to hit us again, and we'll get at least one free turn, so we could just go Bolt Strike after the Substitute, or we could go Tailwind, get our speed up, set off another Substitute, go for more Roosts to get our health back, and then we just sweep them out with Bolt Strike. Or you could go Fusion Bolt, either way. Or you could go Outrage, third either way. But overall, with this set, you're basically just trying to be extremely tanky, and you're trying to set up so you can have that massive speed that with Tailwind, we're going to be getting the 434, I believe, in speed. So we will actually be faster than a lot of stuff. I don't know if that'll actually be top speed. I don't know if that actually is the highest speed. I forget what the highest speed was. I think it was like, oh, I can't remember. I think the highest natural speed was like 424. I think that was the highest natural speed. Don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong. But anyway, that's going to be it for how to use Zekrom. Again, I do really like Zekrom, mainly because he's just a dragon and electric type, and he looks really awesome. And again, please do donate to that charity if you can. I really do hope that it can get the support it needs. Unfortunately, I don't really think I can donate because I can't really donate anything in yen. But if any of you out there can donate, please donate as much as you want, or as much as you can. If you feel like you want to donate as much as you can, just, if you're able to, please donate something to these people, because these kinds of things just honestly hit me in the heart. Just because they're going through a lot of people's favorite games to try and reach out to this community. That they're putting so much effort into their games that they would program a special thing to actually happen, which takes an absurd amount of effort. Like, you guys have to actually know how much effort programming takes, and with me actually taking programming courses, I know how much effort it takes. It takes a lot of effort. So the fact that they're doing all this just to raise awareness and try and get more donations for this charity and try and help all these people just hits me right in the heart. So please, if you guys can, please donate to them. It would not only make them really happy, I'm sure, but it would also make me happy, because I know that I somewhat had a positive effect in influencing the community to actually do some good for a lot of people. But anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. If you guys liked it, you can slap the like button. If you have any suggestions for next week, please let me know down in the comments. And if you guys did like this video, you can slap the like button as always, and I'll see all you beautiful people in the next video.